There's a reason why you're starting to see a new trend in painting called color drenching. And that is when you walk into a room and everything in the room that's painted is the same color. The walls, the trim, the ceiling, if there's a radiator, sometimes even that is painted in the same color. And it can give the room a really dramatic and cozy feeling all at the same time. And the reason I started looking into this is because I'm thinking about doing it in a room. I'm getting ready to redo my son's room when he leaves for college, and I want to do something that's really different in there. And in fact, it's a project I'm going to share with a group of people who want to do a project at the same time. If that's something you're interested in, click on the link in my bio. So first, let's talk about color drenching. Who is it for? It is not for someone who doesn't like color, because it doesn't count if it's white. It has to be a color. It can't be white trim, white walls, white ceiling. And it's probably not for you if it's a place that you're renting and it's short term, because this is not only a big time commitment, it's a big financial commitment, especially if you're paying someone to paint the walls, the trim, the ceiling. And it's an even bigger commitment if you're doing it in a room that has a lot of cabinetry. So let's look at the examples. And we're going to start off with the least dramatic and move to the most dramatic. We're starting off with this pale yellow room. And you can almost barely tell this is color drenching, but everything in the room is a soft butter yellow. Next, we're going to look at this girl's bedroom. And while everything in the room is pink, I don't feel like the room looks really juvenile. I feel like it has a really updated look to it. You may have seen this green one in my green living room series. It's almost like a light celery green. But the fact that everything in the room is painted green, I feel like gives it a really unique look. Now here's an example of blue, a blue office. And in this case, you can see you have to be committed to blue to paint your cabinets light blue, because that's an expensive thing to do. So I don't recommend this if you're not really married to the idea of living in the space for a while and also loving the color a lot. Here's another example of a living room that's all blue. And this one seems like less of a commitment because there's not as much in the room that's woodwork to paint, but it still has a really dramatic effect. And finally, the last one is a dark green bedroom that's color drenched. And one thing I want you to see with each one of these is that if you decide you want to do color drenching, you really have to think about your lighting, because that is part of what makes the room look dramatic. You need to make sure you have the three kinds of light that all rooms need to have. All rooms need ambient light, which is the lights that are in the ceiling. Task lighting, which is like table lamps or floor lamps to light up a specific task. And accent lighting. And this is what really makes a difference in a room that is color drenched, is the accent lighting is what makes it feel really cozy and warm. So if you're thinking about color drenching, let me know, and let me know which one you liked best in the comments.